Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. This is your favorite channel, The Monk Engines, and I'm your friend Parikshit or Jesse for simplicity. Get cured from any disease and do not attract disease anymore. Do you believe in that? Is it possible to get cured of any disease, even the old ones, from our body? And is it also possible not to attract or not to catch any disease that may or may not kill me? Is it possible? It is possible. There are various kinds of meditation to get rid of your disease and also to get immune against any other external disease that may invade you. But I'd like to explain to you a few things before I go to that meditation in my next video, because I'm very much aware that everybody is interested in a process or the techniques of how to do this, how to do that. I'll tell you how to do that, but first I must tell you, and you also must understand and listen very carefully, how our body gets diseases or how our body can get rid of some of the diseases that you may have. When we are born, even when we are just a fetus inside our mothers, we are given a processor, a microprocessor, just like the laptops or computers. Whenever you switch on a laptop, the first thing that jerks into life is the processor. So we were also given a processor, actually thousands of processors, when we were born, when we were just a fetus, or maybe a little later. As we grow up, those processors, they're called neurons or brain cells. Those neurons, they increase their numbers and they become about 80 billion. 80 billion all over our body. They're everywhere, but they're actually brain cells. Now, this is the beginning. These neurons can be the beginning of our disease or can be a catalyst in curing our diseases. How? Look at the diagram that I have placed here. When we think of something good or bad, that's our emotion. An emotion is an electrical pulse. I have been talking about emotion and electrical pulse, electrical charges in all my other videos. I don't know whether you have noticed it or not. Every emotion is an electrical pulse or electrical charge. And everything that you see in front of you is actually a form of vibration. Everything vibrates in a particular frequency. Everything. This camera in front of me, I in front of you, my curtain, my windows, everything is vibrating, and is vibrating in such a high speed that we cannot see the vibration, but we just can see the products or the material. Like I'm watching my window, it's actually vibrating. I can find it out if I put in a machine to detect that. Now, when we think of something good or bad, let's say good, you have got a news that you have won $1 million lottery. So your vibration is very good, right? Your vibration is excellent. That happy mood in the form of a happy vibration falls onto your neuron, or neuron receives that through its receiver called dendrite. Every neuron has a receiver called dendrite and a transmitter called axon. Now, the neuron receives a happy signal or a happy vibration on its dendrite. Then it analyzes. It becomes happy also. Look at the face of the neuron. The neuron also becomes very happy and it starts giving out, transmitting a few good hormones like serotonin or dopamine, and it starts transmitting those signals of hormones to another 10,000 neurons. And those 10,000 neurons, each one of them again transmits to another 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 neurons. Serotonin and dopamine, it's a happy hormone. It encourages you It gives you the energy, it pushes you, it keeps you happy. How? I'm telling you. When every neuron has received the happy hormones called serotonin or dopamine, depending on what kind of mood you are, finally that signal, happy signal, goes to your body cells. And the body cells, which are designed to work normally, to keep you alive, to make your immunity very, very strong, immunity system, it receives a signal that boss is very happy. Let's work our normal way. So in normally it keeps your body healthy, running, functional, happy, everything that a human being is supposed to be in his normal condition, like a child. Why do you think a child is normally much healthier than we are? Because when the child is young, he doesn't have any anxiety, any stress. He goes out in the field, he plays, he picks up anything, he puts in his mouth, but he rarely falls sick because his neurons are keeping him healthy by telling his body cells that there is no anxiety, there is no stress, there is no fear. So, to go back to the original discussion, when our body cells receive those happy signals, they act happily, they act healthily, they act normally. And in case they find any disease in your body, they erase it off, including tumors. Simple, very simple. On the other hand, now look at this different picture. You are a crying type, you are always complaining, stressed, unhappy, always finding fault with others, blaming the whole world except your own self, and you are irritating, irritable, you are angry, you are upset, you always have a long face, people rarely see you smiling or laughing, you are always in very anxious mood about what will happen to you tomorrow, or worse, you are very anxious that somebody very close to you is doing better than you, so you have become jealous. It's a fire, I tell you. It's a poison, and that poisonous emotion is received by your neuron. That electrical pulse, that poisonous electrical pulse, your emotion of bad mood is received by the neuron. Look at its face, it's also long face. Then it processes, and then he feels there is an emergency. The situation is not good, my boss is in tension, in stress, and he's anxious, he's frightened, he's irritated, he's upset, he's angry. So all these signals are processed by the neuron, and then he releases an emergency hormone called cortisol. Now cortisol is secreted from the neuron, or the signal is given that cortisol come into action because we have to save our boss. This is an emergency situation. So cortisol reaches every neuron and tells them the situation is emergency. So slow down, we have to save our boss. So they function less than their capacity, or sometimes even shuts down. The whole system, our cells, they shut down, mostly they slow down. And if they slow down too much, we die. When they shut down, we die. But they slow down, and slowing down means we are sick, we fall sick. We start growing and attracting disease here, everywhere. Cancer, kidney problem, liver function problem, everything. Because cortisol is an emergency chemical. It's trying to save you actually, it's slowing down. But eventually when you slow down, your immunity system, our immunity system also slows down, and we go down under. Not in Australia, we just go down. So, it is very simple that in order to be healthy, in order to cure all diseases and not to attract any new disease, you have to train your neuron, you have to train your mind to be happy so that you have more dopamine and serotonin being released inside you, and you remain healthy. But what we do because of our daily life, we tend to release more of cortisol, the emergency hormone, so that our body, mind, everything slows down, and slowly, by slowing down, we go to a slow death. So you decide what to do. I've told you a theory. I have told you, I have explained to you what happens. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. It's up to you. You might ask me, what's that neuron? I don't know. How can I feel happy when I don't have money to buy bread? It's up to you. How you handle your mind is up to you. I can't do that. You have to do it. I have told you the theory. Next video, I'll give you a fantastic meditation to reorient your neurons so that you cure your diseases and you also remain healthy. That's all for today that I wanted to tell you. Stay well, be blessed, and go and get it.